I'm going to lead this video off with the hard-hitting, tough question. What tuner is your favorite? Is it Boost? Is it DJ the second in command? Is it Wingo? Or is it the oddball, the silly, sneezing goose of Snot Rod? Now, I'm just going to say, my favorite is Boost. It always has been since I was 5 years old and saw the movie in theaters. I like the color. It's kind of like a metallic purple. He's got the coolest design in my opinion. Not to say the others aren't amazing. Like, I love them all. I would probably rank them Boost, Snot Rod, Wingo, DJ. Sorry for all my DJ lovers out there. But that does make me pretty excited for today's review because we have Boost with Flames here to review the brand new Thailand variant. That's correct. Mattel has never released this version of Boost from Thailand, so there are going to be a few differences that we will examine when compared to the Chinese version that came out originally in 2013. He did get another release after that, but 2013 was the first time that they ever did Boost with Flames, period. Now, this guy came out of 2024 Singles Case G, which we just unboxed. I'll leave the link for that in the description below, and card session pop up in the top right-hand corner. All that came from GetMeCollecitlbes, and that link and email address to contact him is in the description as well. So a lot of good stuff to roam around with down there. Now, I know I've said this a billion times when it comes to these variants, but I'm going to say it again. Maybe someday Mattel will listen. You gotta specify what version of Boost this is. If this was just regular Boost, fine. But this is Boost with Flames. And they actually went to the effort to give the proper artwork, showing him with the flames coming out the back. That is just photoshopped in. Super simple, super easy, but it's a very important distinguishing quality, right? You could tell the art's a little different, but what's even more necessary is the name tag, because that isn't as noticeable as the name would have been. But for whatever reason, over the last few years, Mattel has not been fully accurately naming a lot of their variants, whether it be Ramon. You know, they just call the on-the-road version simply Ramon. They just call artist Ramon Green in 2022. With all of the tuners with Flames here, they are just calling them Boost, DJ, Wingo, and Snot Rod. Then you get to Miles Axelrod with the microphone. They just call him regular microphone, or they just call him regular Miles Axelrod. And that was super problematic in particular because they released actual regular Miles Axelrod at the same exact time. So I just don't understand why they can't go to the little more effort to tack on with Flames. I know it would probably like quadruple the amount of text needed on this name tag because then they would have to translate that into the 4 languages that they put on these cards, as you can see here with, for example, Dirt Track, Fabulous Hudson Hornet. But this is good. Like, they actually distinguish that variant, and I appreciate that. Now, Boost doesn't translate any differently into those languages, which is why this is such a simple little name tag here. But that's enough jargon. I know some of you guys probably don't care, but it really does matter to me. I think it's a pretty important thing in terms of efficiently selling these cars. Like, a lot of casual collectors may not know the difference because, hey, well, Mattel didn't tell them the difference, right? On the back here, we have some other recent Cars 1 releases. This is heavy nostalgia here, except really for Mater with Sign, because that was just a 2015 release, and this was his first time being released from Thailand this year. Cactus McQueen, a lot more nostalgic, because 2007 was his inception. Aiken Axler, 2006. Kathy Copter, 2009. Brush Kerber, 2009-ish, 2010. And Corey Turbowitz, obviously, 2007. So seeing these two from the Walmart 8, I believe they called it, on the same card back again is pretty cool. But yeah, again, they're not showing any of the other tuners, which I think is a mistake. They're not showing a 7th car here in the open spot. So yeah, I do have a few complaints. Like, as you could tell, I've opened up the video here with some complaints, but all good. From here on out, hopefully it's only good things because, yeah, we're going to unbox them. So just to catch everyone up on where we stand with the tuners in 2024, Wingo was the first one released in Case E along with President Mater, so that's been out since like February. DJ was released in the following case, Case F. That's been out since like April, although a little harder to find than Case E. And now Boost here has come in Case G. We know Snot Rod is going to be coming probably case L or so. We will get there when we get there. I will reveal case L at the end of this month, beginning of July. But yeah, there is a Boost in the movie, and of course, there he is with some flamage as well. It is a funny kind of like version. I don't know, like out of all the variants you could make of the tuners, why not do the tarred version here, which is a lot more significant of a variant. It's a little more fun. It's a little more permanent. Like there's a lot of instances in the Cars movies where something briefly happens to a character, and Mattel's actually made that variant, whether it be like an expression change in Palace Danger, Finn McMissile, Determined Lightning McQueen, or these flaming versions of the Cars, which really only lasts a split second. But basically, it's just another way to release these fan favorite characters, which, yeah, I mean, Boost, DJ, and Wingo are some of the most popular characters in the Cars franchise, despite having such a small role. But it becomes, you know, the fact that they're just so unique and iconic and, you know, pivotal to that first Cars movie there. But yeah, let's get right into it. This guy looks very different from his Chinese counterpart, which is a good thing. It gives us a lot of meat to chew on here and a lot of, you know, bone to gnaw on with, yeah, all these differentiating qualities. So the carbon fiber hood's a lot more gray than it was before. Like this is just solid black here. You can feel the texture of it, which is really nice. You could still feel the texture, maybe not quite as rough, but it's a lot more carbon fiber looking with the gray in there, right? Instead of just being solid black. You could kind of see like the checkered board finish of it there. He's got blue eyes. The expression is pretty much the same. It does look like they adjusted the mouth a little bit, but not by a ton. You can see a lot of coloring differences here. Like this is like a dark purple kind of plum color. His visor essentially there. Now it's like a gray. The color of him overall is very similar, but it's a little sparklier and a little glossier, maybe a little more purple. I don't know. It's really hard to describe because from some angles he looks gray, other angles he looks purple, you know, so it's kind of cool. But I also just really like the way that they are doing the carbon fiber now. I feel like it was always black before because, well, in the movie, when he's shown initially, it's dark, and so it looks black. But if you look at the card art, you know, it does accurately show that he is supposed to have more of a gray hood and gray fender guards or bumper guards, whatever you want to call this portion right here, which is all die cast, which is, yeah, that's awesome. As you can see here, well, I got a little purple Sharpie on my finger to coincide with Boost today. No, it was just a mistake. I was boxing something up. But yeah, gray wheels, which are nicely detailed, spokes there, and then the purple trim. I do have a little qualm with the purple trim because it's not as shiny as it used to be here. As you can see on the Chinese version, it's a little glossier, a little more chromish. Now it kind of looks like the same finish as the paint. And this might not even be the best example. Like if I show you guys, let's say, yeah, this impound version of Boost here from 2009. See how when the light hits it like that, it looks chrome almost? Like it's a lot shinier, that trim. And that even reminds me, when they did Boost originally in 2006, and I think maybe a couple years after that as well, the trim was actually red. So it was really cool, really stood out, but obviously inaccurate. He does have the Boost text there on his side. I think he is the only tuner with his name. Actually, no, I'm wrong. Snot Rod has his name on his side, and I think Wingo might have his as well when that gets translated over. I'm pretty sure that's Japanese and a very stylized font. Someone told me that at least. Maybe they're tricking me. But yeah, I really like the texture of this carbon fiber. You could feel it all around here. That's solid metal. You have the N2O Cola cans on the back here, which is such a cool Easter egg that one of the Piston Cup Racer sponsors is on one of the tuners here. Like, that is just sick. But yeah, they're very light purple compared to before. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty similar. There's nothing crazily different about them. You can see the thing that connects the three of them there is the same color as the canisters, whereas before it was the same color of the body. So that's a little bit of a difference. He does have the double stacked wing here. That is plastic, but again, textured to be like carbon fiber. So really cool there. Again, the texturing of some of these materials makes a pretty big difference. But yeah, the wings are super similar. Getting onto the back here, you can see the license plate text is a little bolder. It's a little bluer, it looks like, as well on the Thailand version. Everything else looks pretty much in order there. Another thing I'm not huge on is that the exhaust pipes went from being a nice silvery, clean, industrial type color. They are now this grainy gunmetal gray. Just doesn't look as good. Like, it really should just be a solid color, but the way Thailand operates with their paint, it results in a lot of graininess and granulation. Basically just said the same thing twice there. But yeah, not a huge fan of that. The flames look pretty cool though. They're a little more transparent. The Chinese one's a little more opaque, plus the blue stem there, which is super opaque, extends a lot further onto the flame than on this version where it's, you know, barely like ends right there, and then you have just this transparent flame, which is really cool. Couple tips touching there, I like that. All right, guys. Take a look at the base here, made in Thailand, TO5A. So this was produced during the 5th week of 2024 at the A factory. I do say, I will probably admit I like the Thailand version better because I think the expression looks better. The way that they added a little bit of a black eye line to the eyelids there. So it gives it a little bit more of a shadow, more depth. This just looks way too flat of the eyes there. It just doesn't look very realistic. And the gray carbon fiber detailing is way better. I think it's way more accurate to boost. Now, granted, Mattel did do a Thailand boost in 2020. And so this is not the first time they've done this. It's not like, wow, they've, you know, it's rocket science. They finally made gray and accurate. No, they did this in 2020, but this is the Thailand boost with flames. So technically, it's the first time they've done it with that variation of boost. I know it's confusing because you have like the main character variants, boost with flames, boost with impound boot, whatever. And then now you have within those like subcategories, you have Thailand boost with flames, China boost with flames. Like it's confusing. I understand it's confusing as all hell. But that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you guys through it. And that is why, you know, we have done videos so far on all 3 of the Thailand tuner with flames variants. I want to hear your guys' thoughts on which combo had the biggest jump. You know, here you have Wingo. That's a pretty big jump there. You can see in the eyes and the coloring. See what Boost. I think Boost had probably the most minimal change. Actually, did I just show you? Yeah, no, this is the Thailand version. This is the Chinese version here, I believe, yes. They are very similar. So I would probably give it to Boost, followed up by Wingo, just because of the black to gray. The hood there and the fender guards and all that stuff. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section below which tuner is your favorite. That is just the main question that we really need to know. We need that for documentation purposes and all the good stuff. I'm very excited to review Snot Rod with flames. I think that'll be a really good variant. And it's going to be hard to match the original version with this cool expression. Sorry, I had something going through my mind there. And I saw the stock image of him in the package that was just revealed recently. And the tips of the flames have some sort of, or maybe it's the bottom. I think it's the tips of the flames have some opaque paint on them, which makes it look a little weird because we do have to remember back in 2013 when Snot Rod with Flames was originally released, they did him with these transparent flames, but there was also a very rare variant where they did him with opaque flames, which looks very weird. Just doesn't look right at all. You have to do these things transparent to make them even look remotely like flames, right? But that's all, guys. Thank you, as always, for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time for another video. Bye now.